In every reseller's life, in every store's lifespan, be it eBay or some other platform, your store dies. It's tragic, it's horrible, and you just want to bring it back. Thankfully, you have Mantup Cells making a video today to show you that path of redemption. It happened to me. My store was on the brink. It was fading. The line was flattening. I shocked it. And I brought it back. How many times have I had to shock this thing? My store looks like a Frankenstein. I don't know why. Every so often, the eBay gods, they're cruel. They're cruel. The reselling gods can be cruel, but they can also be gracious. And walking that fine line, balancing that feather with your heart is what matters. And it's what we're going to be here discussing today. We're also going to break down what's sold, but what sold is important and crucial to the video. So I'm trying to link them together because I have a few strategies that I used with these items in particular and storage strategies in general. And I'm also going to go into a little mental stuff, some psychology. I'm a psychoanalyst now and an eBay seller and a college student going for nursing. 3 things unrelated, but 3 things that I am. And the 4th thing that I am is a YouTuber, getting into the point of the video. Starting off here with Spirit Animals, hardcovers, 3 of them. What's special about this book? What's special about this sale? Well, it's a $12 sale, but you'll notice, best offer accepted. One of the best things that I can just tell you guys right up is do your dailies. Do your things that you would normally do within a day. Send out your offers, but also be a little more generous with your offers. And when you receive an offer, if you think you can slice it, I know that I got these books very cheap, kids section, under $1 each. I think maybe 25, 50 cents each, maybe less. If you think you can, still make some money, still you can take that hit. You're not getting the full asking price that you had out there, but it's like, okay, this is a really appealing offer that a buyer might accept, or okay, it's not, I'm not losing money on this, I'm not gaining that much. I'm telling you, one of the biggest strategies I've used, these are only my sales from the past like day or so. So I have 8 things here in total today, by the way. And I've actually sent out like 5 things because I had like 5 sales. And so, yeah, sales are back on track to where they normally were. But I was having days with either no sales at all, or like 2 or 3, or like 1, and it was awful. It felt horrible. One thing I'll also tell you guys to keep in mind is try not to worry about the numbers. eBay loves to show you the big bing bang wahoo. Oh, you're at 5,000. Oh, you're at 4,000. And they love giving you the negative percents. They love giving you, oh, that big number, it's smaller. It's smaller. It'll eat away at your mind. It's horrible. Don't let it do that. Look at the number. Be just clear with yourself. Don't try to hide from the number. Maybe if it works, close your eyes and go somewhere else, and yep, you forget about the number entirely. But just look at it and be like, I'm going to beat that. I'm going to come back. I'm going to beat that. That number is stupid. That's not real. I'm going to come back stronger than ever and surpass it again. And it's one of those things, it's a mental thing. Set a challenge for yourself, and you will overcome it if you really want to. If you really want to. It's one of those things that it was kind of, it can ruin your mood. It has in the past when this has happened to me. I've had this happen so many times now that I've kind of grown numb to it. But yes, just, offers are one of those techniques. Sending them out rarely ever does anything. The more appealing it is, you might get something. But I noticed, like, accepting at least decent offers, or, something that you might not have accepted it traditionally, I always think they're like cannon fodder. They're like, all right, you're a sacrifice to the eBay lords. This is one of those things. And the next item's the exact same thing. The first few items here, these are kind of hangover items from when I was trying to get my store going. This is another one. $12, accepted it. $4 shipping. Jan Cran, Mitford series, like author, books. If you don't know, I do media, books, DVDs, games, CDs, anything like that. Occasionally figures. But yeah. Another $12, accepted it. I was like, all right, I just want stuff to go out the door. I want there to be traction. I want to put some sand under these wheels. Get them going. Get them moving. Things like this, will always help you. It'll just help your store go. I've noticed that, getting a sale, it even makes you feel better. It's like, okay, I did sell something today. It's a slow burn. You will get back into it. I normally think like, all right, there's still some action on my store. My store can come back. It's not a guarantee. Oh, I accepted this offer. Hey, Mantop, why isn't it working? It's not the only thing, but it does help. It's one of those things, Mr. eBay has texted me all the algorithms, all the codes. I know them right here. I'm 100% honest, 100% truthful. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously, no one does. Obviously, no one does. I'm not going to pretend to. These are just things that I do personally. Why am I telling you? Because, hey, it's my show, my channel. I want to give you guys my advice, what I actually do. Offers, accepting ones that you might not have traditionally accepted, sending out a little bit more generous offers, trying to get people in your store buying things. The more you sell, the more money you've made. How about that? Again, took an offer. I had this out there in 1990. Someone offered me 18. Bang, gone. Without a thought. Free shipping. There you go. And the next item here is another tip that I want to give you guys, and it is list. Look behind me. I'm going to ruin my camera angle, so I show you this, guys. Look at all that. This is all from the past few weeks. I hope it really showed it off, because if it didn't, well, just take my word for it. A lot of books, a lot of movies. All unorganized. I'm going to organize it tomorrow. List. I cannot tell you how important it is just to list. Not only consistently, consistency is king. If you can work that in to your schedule, like I always say, I want to do at least 5 a day. There's not a day of the week, not out of any of the 7 days, that I don't list at least 5 things. To get my store back up and running, I'll be honest with you guys, I like to do 10 a day. And normally the time that I start doing 10 or above, those are days that you'll immediately start seeing, oh, wow, all right, you're coming back. Oh, yeah, the bar's going up. Ooh, the number's going up. Ooh, things are green, not red, right? This was one such book. One of my friends generously gave me a huge box of books, and I just went. And like I said, didn't list it for that much, $4.90, $3.82 shipping. This is one of those ones. I literally just listed it the other day when I listed a dozen things, and it's already sold. I always say, oh, why do you do these small flips? Why do you do these small flips? One of those questions that we have on the channel. Well, this is why. It's one of those items. It's in the pile and it's out. I didn't pay anything for this. If I was to pay for this in a store, it would have been a quarter, because around here paperbacks are obscenely cheap. Quarter into $5 plus $3.82 shipping. We'll probably make a little on shipping there, because it'll probably only be $3.19. This is good. This is standard. Not standard, I should say. I normally don't charge a little more than shipping, so I think it was probably I did a sell similar. I had a first edition. Ooh, that probably helped it sell a little more. So, yeah, stuff like this, listing bulk. Now, hey, I don't have bulk stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff to list. I do have a little bit of a tip for you, and I did use this kind of a little bit. Go around your house. You will be surprised. I always say, beginners for eBay, try listing stuff in your house, and that's a very good tip. Now, if you're a struggling eBayer, this is the other part of that. Normally, everyone's like, oh, beginners do it. I always like to say, to supplement your store, you can also do this. Go around, what are you not using anymore? What can you really get it rid of? You don't really care. You're not reading this book from forever ago. Oh, this is up in the attic collecting dust. It's a huge box of CDs, The Simpsons movie, the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition trilogy, all this other stuff that, who's watching that? You have it all on your Netflix, your Disney Plus, all your other things. You don't need DVDs anymore, but your store does. Your store desperately does. The graph's going down. Some days you aren't selling anything. I like to think if you really pump your store with goods. Now, obviously, it's a game of numbers, right? Oh, the more things that you have on your store, the more sales you'll get. That's not true, because there was days that I only had 100 things, and I'd sell 18 things. And now I have over 1,000, and I had days where I sold nothing. That's not exactly true. A lot of it is weird algorithmic eBay lords above weirdo stuff that no one really understands other than me, because I have all the coding and all the information right from Mr. eBay himself. Very appreciative. I love him for that. But the average Joe is not, not understanding the eBay programmers probably don't fully understand how the algorithms work. And you know, that's how algorithms are. They go crazy, they go wild. But I normally find when I pump really hard, I push really hard, I'm like, all right, I normally do 5 a day, I'm going to do 10 or 15. Some of these days here where I just have a mountain of books behind me. I went 15. I thank you again, my friend. Gave me a huge box of books. Just listed them. Now they were just random books. This was one of the books they gave me. And a lot of them weren't worth much. I put them out for 5, 3, 5, 6. Some of them were 10. Some of them were 20. They were really good books. It was like they had the Harry Potter set. That's a very good set. But some of them are just these $5 little flips. And just getting stuff out there, like I said, it's throwing dirt under wheels that are stuck in mud or stuck in ice. It's it's traction. It's getting people buying, and it'll lead to other sales, some greater sales, which I do still have here for you all to see. We have another $5 one. So again, this is just one of those things. You get it out there. I charged a lot on shipping for this. I don't really understand why. That was probably another sell similar, and I just kept it. So, yep, Lot 6, Magic Treehouse. Hey, if you're here for books, because I mainly do books in my media here, I think I actually only have sold books in the past few days, which is abnormal, but hey, it is what it is. Like items, always do like items. Very good, very solid. Lotting things together, always a solid idea. If you're out at a thrift store, that's the other thing. Source. If you're out of inventory, try other categories. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone out there and I'm like, I can't find anything. Bang, I try something new. The only reason I do DVDs, CDs, video games, and books to an extent, and figures, definitely figures, is because there was days, and sometimes multiple days, that I just couldn't find enough to even do 5 a day. What am I supposed to do? When you expand how much you can do, that it's so much better for your store. Imagine if the heart only had like one artery, right? It's like boom, 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 boom. It has to take in blood, it has to send it out, get oxygenated, it has to bring it back, all through one. Heart's dead. It's never going to function. It can't sustain that. But you have so many valves, you have more arteries, you have more connections. It loosens the load on one and allows more avenue for blood flow. Same exact thing with the store. Weird metaphor, but that's why we're all here, right? For understanding, for weirdness, for funny stuff like that. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, the more you open the floodgates for your store, the more you can source, and then the more you can list. And on days and weird times like this, when your store dies, you will have a backlog. You'll have a nice little supply of stuff. You can go out that day and be like, all right, I'm going to stop. Let's say you're a clothes person. I'm going to go the clothes, and then I'm going to try to the books, and then maybe if they have some music CDs, I'll go there. Now, instead of just looking at clothes, let's say they just have all George, which is a Walmart brand, all the trash brands out there. There's nothing. Or any Lululemons has a tear down the front and a stain on the back. This is one of those things. Oh God, what am I going to do? Now your livelihood is done because the thrift store doesn't have your item. Making sure you are not reliant on just one thing, and obviously not just one thrift store neither, is very crucial. One of those things I am very happy for, because now I can list in bulk. I can, rev up the engines, throw some coal into the train fire, and get the whistle blowing. Here again, a better sale, a little bit of a better sale. I've had this for a while. A vintage hardcover. Vintage hardcovers always do very good. This one I've actually sold multiple of. I've had this book for a little bit here. I've sold, I think, 2 or 3 additional ones. Where the Sidewalk Ends for $13.33 plus $3.82 shipping. A very solid sale. And this is just a natural sale. Like I said, my store is kind of back on track. These are all sales from like the past, I don't even think 24 hours. So I've had like 8 things sold. So we're definitely on track for another 10 plus item weekend, which is typical for the weekends. I normally get around a dozen items I'll sell over the weekend. And like I don't know if I explained this. I do this like kind of part-time, and that definitely part-time. I don't even know if the hours I put into it is considered part-time, because I just do it after school. I'm a college student. I'm doing it, for some spending money. It's enough to actually pay for college, which I'm very thankful for. My store's just gotten to that point. I'm truly amazed. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm happy to have this store. And putting just the little bit extra time into it can really have it take off. Like I normally, I'll get my homework done. Setting more time aside for your store can also help you bring it back, obviously, because if you're trying to get a lot in, you can't do that in just a short amount of time. So here we go, another one. Just a random. I just want to give you guys a little bit of a book tip. I've said and shown off these before. Telltale. Some of these I've sold them for $4. This one was severely damaged, so I put it for $8.80 free shipping. These don't weigh anything. They're very common and very lucrative. So if you ever see these out there, this is just a book tip for any book buyers or anyone here coming for knowledge about books. This one, the Telltale series, there's a bunch of them right there. If you see it, it always says that on the back that it's a Telltale. Also, the art's pretty unique. Normally sells pretty quickly and very well, very well. This is probably one of the cheaper ones, but again, look at the binding is horrible. The back is very damaged. So that's a pretty fair price for how poor condition it is. But yes, those are basically my main tips before we get into the last and greatest item that I actually just sold before I clicked record. So I opened it up. I was like, hey, all right, we really are back on track. I just want to kind of recap. Try to be in a positive mental space. The money will come back. The sales will come back as long as you believe it. You put in that effort. You truly want them to come back. You're gonna sit down. You're gonna you're not gonna get your head in the gutter. You're not. This is pointless. I'm done with this. This is unfair. It's cruel. It is unfair. It doesn't make sense. It can feel cruel. You slam your head down because you're so upset. Why? I've been doing the same thing. I list 5 items a day. Why is it dead? I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is accepting fair offers, sending out a little more generous offers, maybe run a sale. I've never done that, but I've heard people say that can work. I personally don't do that, so I don't feel comfortable giving that advice. Like I said, offers, very good. Accepting them, listing a bunch of items, guys. I'm telling you, when you start going ham listing, you'll see, woo, the sales will go back up. And it's not because total items on your store equal more sales. That's kind of true. It's more like, for whatever reason, I always find I list like more than 10 things in a day. Immediately after like the next few days, boom, sales starts coming back. Normally sales, for a reason, if you don't list consistently, this is something I just want to point out, you will not get consistent sales. It does not matter if you have 10,000 items, 1,000 or 100. You will not get consistent sales. I noticed that, and I learned that very early on. And I know it when I'm at a friend's house. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna party. I'm gonna do all this fun stuff. You don't get sales. So making sure you have that time, you have it allocated for your store. Like I said, even doing your 5 a day or whatever number works for you, 3 a day when you're just starting out. 30 a day if you're one of those big time YouTuber, resellers, or just a big time reseller in general. But always making sure you do have that time for consistency. Consistency is also key. It's just not the only thing. There's multiple things to it. It's just that's one of those things that it will guarantee at least a little more stability. Or at least that's something I've noticed over the past year and almost a half now of doing eBay. Last item, very good item. I always save a good item for the end. This is a very weird one, but it's definitely something I've looked out for ever since. They are just random business investment firms or any business really. I actually picked some up at a thrift store today. I'll break all that down Monday because it was a very good thrift haul today. It's like this one was Tweety Brown. And it was like, what's work in investing? Goldman Sachs, all that weird stuff. But, I don't understand it. I don't care about it. Stocks for me is buying a 25-cent book and selling it for $10. And I do that all the time. I don't have to wait 10 years for it to go up 7 cents. This one here, 44. I picked these up. I want to say they were 25 cents each. Because that's really about what they are. I think the most expensive ones are at Goodwill, and they're $8. Yeah, okay. I'll wait for, fill a bag day for that. This one, 44, 50 cents into $40, and probably, $3 shipping and whatnot. This is great. I've found, like I said, even today, I found some company. It was a big hardcover, and it was oh, this is their annual quarter reportings or whatever. Super weird stuff like that. Sometimes it really, I don't know why. I cannot tell you exactly why they do go. Like these just company records. I've found plenty of them since this time. This was the first time. And, you know, I had this for a while, but hey, would you rather plant a seed and, you know, get a little twig immediately and that's it? You want to plant a seed and get a great tree, all right? I want the red oak, all right? I don't want the sapling. I don't want the dead sapling. I want this. This is a $40 sale. That's good. My store's back. I've already gotten 8 sales in like the past, like I said, 24 hours. Pretty good. I'm happy. I think my store is pretty much back. It's not, you know, completely back, but it's good enough. We're on track for a 10 plus sales week, and I'll let you guys know, you know, in the following week, did they stay consistent? It was kind of at the end of last week that it started picking back up. Like I got like 5 or 6 sales, like Wednesday into Thursday, and then Friday I got some good sales. I was really happy. I was like, okay, because before that it was really just fluctuating too much. But yeah, that's my tips and tricks. That is what I've done in the past like week and a half here, where I really had just some really bad sales. My numbers were going down. I was, oh God, what do I do? That's what I did. I had a good mindset. I really kept to it. I didn't let the money, but the number get to me, the stats, the bars, all that. Just try not to let it get to you. Don't get like a doomed mindset where it's like, oh, everything's over. This happens. Like I said, it's part of the lifespan of a store. It just happens. Even like the best of businesses have its hard times. And let's be honest, there's some, you know, weird economic things going on now. Who knows what's going to happen? A lot of people predict eBay sales will go up because, you know, more people are buying secondhand. We don't know. I guess we'll see in time. For now, I am going to go full screen and end this video. Hope something in this video actually helped you guys here today. It's just one of those things. I wanted to talk about this because it's something that happens pretty often. It's really heart-wrenching and hard to deal with. And I just wanted to let you know, like, I'm human. I have a normal store. My store falls off. I get days of no sales. And it just happens. And like I said, you can list consistently. You have a lot of items on your store. And it will just happen. And sometimes you just gotta fight through it. You gotta be strong. You gotta be brave. And you know what? You gotta do better. You gotta rise above the negative bars, the reds, and you gotta soar to new heights of greens. And that's where we're going. That's where the bar chart is going. That is where my store, hopefully, and your store, if it's, you know, falling off or anything, will end up as well. Let us rise together. Use this collective information. If you have any good information or any tips or anything that I said that you think is just kind of BS, let me know down below. I am always looking for new tips on how to resurrect my store. These are just the things I've used. Like I said, I've only been doing eBay here for like about a little over a year. Definitely more than like just, a little over a year. Like, we're solid into it. We know what we're doing. Just wanted to let you guys know what I did, what I've done recently. I only wanted to talk about this when I felt like, all right, we've gotten some good sales back to back to back. It seems like everything's going on par now. So, yep, that was what I had to say today. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and you have an amazing weekend. Made a video Saturday here because Fridays, I really realized I was just really tired. The past few Friday videos during school, like I have tests and quizzes, all stuff on Friday. I get up at like 5 on Fridays. It's not good. I think I might start doing videos on Saturday and Mondays. I think that works just better for my schedule. But we'll see. I'll let you guys all know. But I'll also let you guys free. You guys have an amazing weekend. I'm going to give you all a soldier salute and a peace. It's been a pleasure. Man's Up Sales, signing out.